Aeon artwork. That's all it is, really. Yeah.
My name is David McDowell, and I'm the instructional technologist in the photo and video department at CCP. The first thing that I do when I get into the office is, I just kind of settle in, take a breath, take a step, and just get ready for my day. It's always first checking emails. I'm constantly being emailed about different things, stuff from the students as far as the equipment they're going to need for the day, stuff from instructors as to what they're going to need. Right now, dealing a lot with computers and getting new computers into the rooms. And then, I start pulling equipment. And so that's a bulk of my day is a student is going to need a bunch of different equipment for a shoot. So I'll go through and methodically get each piece and make sure they have the batteries. And it's kind of boring stuff, but it's the repetition and the routine of it is kind of like Zen, you know what I mean? You get to know people that are in the entry level or the beginning stages of the place where I am now. And so you get to kind of see yourself in those people as they're developing, which has been a really cool experience for me. I get to help people and give them my hands-on experience that I've developed over 20 years of working with this stuff. So I was born and raised in West Oak Lane, Philadelphia, which is far north, close to the Cheltenham area. And then from the age of 25, I lived in West Philly. So University City, the Mantua area, not too far from here, is where I've spent most of that time. When I was a kid, I was always into art. So always into the visual arts. In my teenage years, I got into doing graffiti. So I was a graffiti artist for many years. So I always had an interest in visual design. Photography was sort of something that I enjoyed looking at. I didn't know that I was ever going to get into it, but it was always something that caught my eye. So I would look through fashion magazines and encyclopedias, whatever I could look at to look at images. I always had an interest in just consuming imagery. So yeah, I guess that sort of hinted at what I was eventually going to be doing. One of the biggest things that drives me is just trying to find a sense of self, a sense of place where I belong, trying to figure out how to fit into a world where sometimes I don't always feel like I necessarily fit in or blend in. Find ways to speak out and establish a voice. It definitely gives me motivation and energy to keep, trying different things. It's the never-ending question or the unanswerable question that I feel gives my life purpose to keep, trying to resolve. So, yeah. So Aeon is my music production moniker, and I've been producing music for 20-something years at this point. I've been doing it for a long time. Been making beats, and Von P is one of my music partners. But we've been making music for probably about 15 years now. Connected over the internet many years ago. He liked the music that I was making. I was already a big fan of his, and so we connected together and started making some music, and eventually did 2 albums together. It's been a good music relationship for those, 15 years at this point. Yeah. You can find almost all of my music on Bandcamp. That's a great place for it. And I like using Bandcamp because we get most of the money when you buy the music, you know what I mean? But also a lot of the music that I produce for other people is on Spotify or all the streaming networks basically. So you can find it on Spotify or Tidal or Apple Music, all those places you can find the stuff as well. So I'm the hip hop Aeon. So I make beats, and so that's where you can find my stuff. But yeah, it's all up there. Myself and 2 of my artistic partners are doing a multimedia show at Tilt in Philly. And it'll be my first real show in Philly. And so I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm all the different things, but I've been making a lot of work for it. And, I'm excited for people to see it and see what they think of what I've been doing. So yeah, I'm David McDowell, and this is my story.